Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class, and we have a interesting session today on work and energy for class 9th. Now we have already learned about the first part of the chapter, that is work, and we have learned about the different types of work that is done, and we have also learned about positive, negative and zero work in our previous session. And in this session we are going to learn about the next half of the chapter, that is energy. So let's start with a very interesting thing. Now, you must be having plants at home, or if you don't have, but you must have seen people planting their trees or pots, and if you notice, they keep it in the sun. Okay, normally outside in a place where they get plenty of sunlight. Now, if you put this pot for a longer period of time in a dark region, what will happen? The plant will tend to die. Okay, the plant languishes. Why does this happen? Because the plant gets energy from the sun. We have learned in our previous classes that plant require sunlight for preparing their food, and food is very essential for all living things, right? And if they're not getting food, they will die. And similar to that, if the plant is kept in a dark region or in a area where it does not get sunlight, it won't get energy to prepare the food, and because of that they will die. Now here, if you hear loud music being played, okay, if there is too much of loud sound in your house or nearby, if there is a DJ being played, you will notice that the vessels in the house starts to vibrate. Now, this is because of an energy which is being produced because of the music which is very loud, right? Here, if you place a magnifying glass in sun over a paper, you will notice that the paper tends to burn. Okay. Now, collecting sunlight on a paper with the help of a convex lens burns the paper. Now, all this thing that we learned with the three examples, we were talking about energy. Now, in this example also, the solar energy is concentrated onto the particular point of the paper where that energy gets converted into heat energy, and you can see that it starts to burn. Alright, so what is energy? What is energy? Now, in your previous classes also you have learned about energy, but today we'll be learning about in detail in this chapter. So, we have already learned about work in our previous class. We have learned that in order to perform work, a person needs energy, right? So, if I want to do work, there is energy already present. If I'm doing some work, that means I have energy, and that is the reason work is being done. So, in these examples, if you notice, the person who is performing work has energy, and it is closely related to that. Okay, so we already have learned that energy and work are they go hand in hand. Okay, so here we can define that the energy of a body is the capacity of the body to do work. Okay, so an object having a capability to do work is said to possess energy. How can we define it? We can define it as the capacity of a body to perform work is called its energy. Means if this lady is able to work on a laptop or it's able to write something, that means she already has energy. Okay, the capacity of a body to perform work is called its energy. Okay, जो हमारे अंदर ताकत होती है जिससे हम लोग काम कर सकते हैं, उसे एनर्जी कहते हैं. Now your energy is very important in our day-to-day life, and you perform so many activities related to that, right? You must have seen trucks being loaded and unloaded. Your mother or you must have needed the dough in the house, or when going to a petrol pump you must have seen the fuel being filled into the tanks. And apart from that, we've also learned about the process of photosynthesis. Now, everything, even the plants, are also performing work because of the energy which is being produced. So, object which does the work loses energy, and the object on which the work is done gains energy. Means if I am kneading the dough, I am losing energy, and the dough is gaining the energy. An object that possesses energy can exert a force on another object. When this happens, energy is transferred from the former to the later. Means if the leaf is preparing the food, okay, so it is losing energy, but they are preparing the food, and which that is going to the different parts of the body, okay, of the plant. So nothing is being lost over here. Somebody is transferring the energy into other type. Okay, so energy is transferred from the first person to the later person. Like in the car, if the fuel is filled into the car, then only the car will move. So fuel is a form of energy, and which is going into the car, which is helping the car to move, that is mechanical energy. The energy possessed by an object is measured in terms of its capacity of doing work. How much capacity does it has to do work? The unit of energy is similar to that of work. Why? Because work and energy, as I already told you, they go hand in hand. Okay, अगर एनर्जी होगी तो ही वर्क होगा, और अगर वर्क हुआ है मतलब एनर्जी थी तो वर्क हुआ है ना? So it is, the unit is joule. So 1 joule is the energy required to do 1 joule of work. Now the types of energy. Previously also you have learned about various types of energy like mechanical energy, thermal energy, nuclear energy, chemical energy, electromagnetic energy. Now electromagnetic energy are the ones which we make use of in our microwaves and fridge. Okay. Sonic energy, the sound energy that we make use of, gravitational energy, that is reason because we are standing or sitting on the ground. Kinetic energy means any moving object possesses kinetic energy. Potential energy means any object which is at still and not moving, okay, that possesses potential energy. Mechanical energy, you have seen so many examples like moving vehicles perform possesses mechanical energy. Okay, so there are various forms of energy available to us. For example, mechanical energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, heat energy, chemical energy, etc. Okay, so but today in this chapter we will be emphasizing more on the mechanical energy part, which is further divided into two parts: potential energy and kinetic. So the two types of energy that we are going to learn today is kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic energy comprises of light, mechanical energy, sound wave, thermal energy, electric energy. Okay, potential energy comprises of nuclear energy, chemical energy, gravitational force, and magnetic energy. Now, if you notice the difference, mechanical energy and the chemical energy are very different from each other. Mechanical means it will keep on moving. So, kinetic energy is related to movement. Okay, and potential energy means stored energy in any object. Let's understand step by step. The first example here I have is a cricketer hitting a ball, but the ball hits the stump instead of the bat. And what happens to the stump is the stump is at rest, but because the ball has hit the stump, it tends to move from its place. Okay. Now another example here, this lady is trying to hit this with the help of the hammer. Okay, so it reaches the bell. What does it have? What is happening here? The object was stationary, means it was not moving, but because of the external force this lady has exerted on it, it tends to move. So when a moving object strikes a stationary object, the stationary object moves. Here also you must have played marbles. Now in marbles what you do is you place marbles onto the ground and then the marbles are still, they do not move. Still matlab stationary means still, okay, they do not move. So they are stationary, but you move it with one of the marble that you have in your hand and you try to move the remaining marbles. Okay, so that is also a type of energy that you're using in order to move the stationary objects. Another example here is a carom board. Okay, carom board में भी हम लोग के पास जो coins होते हैं, what do they do is they are still, they do not move. Okay, we make use of the striker and we move the coins that are there. Okay, so here also we are applying force, we are applying energy, and which helps the coins to move. So from the examples, we understand that when a moving object strikes a stationary object, the stationary object moves. Thus, the moving object has some energy, right? वो energy है उसके पास तभी वो move हो रहा है. Part of all of which it shares with the stationary object, thereby setting it in motion. This energy that we're talking about, which sets the stationary object in motion, that type of energy is called as kinetic energy. Okay, the energy which an object has because of its motion is called its kinetic energy. The work done by a force to displace the stationary object through a distance s is the kinetic energy gained by the object. So kinetic energy is equal to work done by on the object. Kinetic energy is written as F into S. Okay. So I hope kinetic is now clear. Let's understand a few more examples of kinetic energy to clear the concept. Now here you can see there are a few marbles or different pins that we have which tends to move at different speeds, right? They are not moving at the same time, and due to which somebody has a faster, they reach faster, and somebody reach later at the end point. Now the kinetic energy is the energy possessed by the body by virtue of its motion. Okay, this we have understood. The next part is a body moving with greater velocity would possess greater kinetic energy. So here in this image, if you see the body which are moving fast, like the brown color and the red color marbles that we have, if they are moving faster, that means they will have greater kinetic energy in comparison to the body moving with the slower velocity. So kinetic energy of a body moving with a certain velocity is equal to the work done on it to make it acquire that velocity. Okay, so velocity is very you have already learned it in the previous chapter. Okay, so it is connected to kinetic energy. If the velocity of an object increases, the kinetic energy will also be increased. Okay, so I hope this kinetic energy is clear to you all. In the chalo, let's move on to the next example that we have. Here if you see a spring being compressed with both the hands, okay, once you let it loose, it will go back to its own position and it will exert a force onto your hand. Okay, so what are we doing is here, we are compressing the ring that is there. On the other example, we have an bow and an arrow. Okay, this arrow is being pulled behind and it is kept for a few seconds and then it is let to move. Okay, when it flies, the arrow, when it moves with a very high speed. Now, how does it get that speed to move? That is because when we pulled the arrow back, we had stored a particular amount of energy in that. Okay, that energy helped the arrow to fly with such a high speed. Similarly, when you go to the gym, what do you do is you do this exercise where you have rubber-like material being used, which you pull and then let it go. Now that also is a kind of energy that is being used. Now that energy is called as the potential energy. Potential energy is the energy stored in the body. Okay, as I told you, it is stored in the body when you are pulling anything back, okay, or holding something. That substance has got what? It has got potential energy in it. Okay, so if this girl is holding this ball in her hand, that means she is possessing, that ball possesses potential energy because it is against the gravitational force, right? It is not on the floor, it is on her in her hand. So there is a force which is acting on the ball also, even though it is not moving. So potential energy is the energy which is stored in the body or a system by virtue of its motion in field of force or by its configuration. Okay. Potential energy is denoted by the letter U. Force acting on a body or system can change its potential energy. All body fall towards the earth with a constant acceleration known as acceleration due to. Now here a few more example: elastic potential energy. Then you have gravitational potential energy, chemical potential energy. Means when you eat something that is chemical, right? It gets stored in your body and it will be later used for doing certain work. Okay, so you're storing that energy in your body. So anything which is stored energy is called as potential energy. The energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position is called its potential energy. Okay, simple. Now here you can see if I am stretching a rubber band. We have learned about kinetic energy and potential energy both. Now when you stretch the rubber band, pull the rubber band, now potential energy is being stored, and once it is let to go, the object tends to move away, okay, with high speed. Okay, now why is that happening? Because this potential energy got converted into kinetic energy. Okay, here also, as I told you, this girl has a ball which possesses potential energy. Now when she drops this ball, it will go down onto the surface of the earth. Okay, that falling of the ball onto the surface will be kinetic energy. Okay, the ball which is in her hand possesses potential energy, that is the stored energy. Okay, when she drops it from her hand, the potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy. Here in this picture you can see potential energy. That means with the help of a pulley, an object is being raised up. Okay, when it is raised up, the object has got potential energy. Why we are saying potential energy है उसके पास? Because it is going against the gravitational force. ठीक है, भले ही थोड़ा ऊपर हुआ है but gravitational force के against है. ठीक है, so it has got a particular amount of energy stored, that is the potential energy. Now when you let the rope, what will happen is the this weight that you had will fall onto the ground. Okay, so this falling of the object is kinetic, is because of the kinetic energy. Okay, the potential energy converts it into kinetic energy, and that is the reason the object falls freely. Here also, if you ride a bicycle onto a hilltop or onto a surface like this, you will notice that when you go onto the top, your cycle holds the position for a few seconds and then you move down. So this moving down and going up is kinetic energy, and when you halt at the top, it is the potential energy. So this brings us to the next part, that is transformation of energy. Means energy can be transformed from one form to the other. Now in your body, when you eat food, the chemical energy that you are eating gets converted into work energy. Okay, so we get energy to work and perform various activities like mechanical energy, like riding a bicycle or moving around. Okay, so this is how energy is getting transferred. Some other examples you can see is electricity, then chemical energy. Chemical energy means the fuel that we get, and that fuel is used to convert another gets transformed into another type of energy like kinetic energy, electrical energy, or mechanical energy. When we talk about electricity, this electricity will further go and convert light and into light energy into sound energy, okay, into heat energy in some cases, like when if you have an iron at home or a geyser, the electrical energy gets converted into heat energy or light energy or sound energy. Okay, so this is how transformation of energy takes place every now and then in every object. Few more examples of energy transformation here we have is chemical, the batteries that you have in the torch light. Okay, that is chemical energy which is converting it into light energy or sometimes heat energy as well. Chemical energy like the fuel gets converted into mechanical energy which helps the car to move. Same way chemical energy I told you about the food which helps us to perform various activities like mechanical energy. Electrical energy transforms into light energy or sound energy or heat energy. Okay, and the last example of a tree is the light energy gets transformed into chemical energy in case of plant during the process of photosynthesis. Now, there are various forms of energy that we have learned, like you have hydroelectricity, you have solar electricity, solar energy. Okay, so they are making use of different things, like wind is is transferred and transformed into electricity. Okay, same way here also the solar energy that is coming from the sun gets absorbed by the solar panel, and this solar panel converts this solar energy into various other energies like light, like sound, or any appliances that is attached to the solar panel. Okay, so we can say that energy can be transformed from one type to another. Okay, here we can see the windmills are there. Windmills will convert the wind energy into and convert it into electricity. Same way, even solar panels will convert it into electricity. Okay, which can be used later on for various other work. Now the next part is very interesting. Okay, up till now we saw that all things are getting transferred. Okay, one energy is being transferred into the other energy, and that energy gets transferred into some other energy. So we have never seen that energy is getting lost, right? हम लोग ने अभी तक एक भी एग्जाम्पल नहीं देखे जहाँ पे एनर्जी वेस्ट हो गई. एनर्जी हर जगह पर यूज हो रही है और दूसरा कुछ फॉर्म हो रहा है. So with this we come to laws of conservation of energy. Now, when you have a plant leaf which uses solar energy in order to make its food and convert it into chemical energy. Okay, so here also conversion is happening. You're not losing any kind of energy. Here also, if you see these balls, one hits the other and that process goes on. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ और हो रहा है, it is getting lost. So, with this, we say that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You cannot create energy. Energy is already there. Okay, it can just be converted from one form into another. Like in case of the plant, the light energies gets converted into chemical energy. Thus, the total amount of energy in the universe always remains constant. Now, that law is very important. Okay. Now, another example pertaining law of conservation of energy. Now, here you can see from the ocean, because of the sun, the heat energy, the ocean water gets evaporated. It gives out rainfall, that is potential energy. Now, that water seeps into the ground and that gets converted into electricity. So, this process here you can see that how energy is getting transferred from one form to the other, but it is not getting lost. Okay, so we can say that the energy is being conserved in various ways over here. Have you ever been to a amusement park where you must have seen such rides? Okay, so normally in this rides, what happens is you sit over there and that takes you to a very highest level of that ride, and then it drops you down. Okay, now that is under control. Machines have control over it. But when you fall from that, you tend to feel that you're falling onto the ground. Okay. Same way, if you have not been to an amusement park, no problem. You can do it by yourself also. When you jump, okay, from a chair or from a table, okay, you all must have done this earlier. So when you jump, where do you jump? Where do you land? You land on the ground, right? Same way, if any fruit or anything falls, where will it fall? Onto the ground. Okay. So why is everything falling onto the ground? Because of the gravitational force. So if we release an object from an height, it gets pulled downwards towards the earth because of the gravitational force. An object falling solely under the influence of gravitational force is said to be in free fall or to be falling freely. Okay, so all these three examples are clear. जब भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट नीचे गिरता है, ठीक है, ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. बिकॉज इफ यू जंप, अगर हम लोग ऊपर जंप करते हैं तो हम लोग ऊपर ही नहीं रह जाते हैं ना, हम लोग फिर से नीचे गिरते हैं. क्यों गिरते हैं? बिकॉज देयर इज द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स विच इज हेल्पिंग अस टू कम डाउन. Okay, this applies to all the objects that are there. But if only gravitational force is responsible for bringing that object down towards the earth, that time we say that it possesses free fall. Okay, that object which is solely under the influence of gravitational force is said to be in free fall or to be falling freely. Now, if you have your parent or a grandparent who needs to climb the stairs, and if you climb the stairs, the same stairs, okay, you will notice your grandparents or your parents take much more time as compared to you to climb the stairs. Okay, you are doing the same amount of work. You are climbing the same stairs, the same number of stairs, but you are doing it faster as compared to your parents or your grandparents. So the work done is the same in each example, but the time taken to perform the work is different for each person or each method. The fast or slow rate of work done is expressed in terms of power. So this is called as power. If you have power to do a particular any activity with lesser amount of time, that means you have more power. Okay, and if you take much more time as the other person, then you have got lesser power. So power is the rate of which work is done. मतलब कितने जल्दी काम हो रहा है वो, that is power. Okay, we have learned work से related तीसरी चीज work was related to energy. Now work is also related to power. The formula for power is P is equal to W upon T, where P is the power, W is the work done, and T is the time taken. With this chapter is quite clear to you all. In the next coming period, we'll be learning something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.
If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and do not forget to hit the like button.
Hope this session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.